So my name's Ellen and I'm from KR Group, and today I'll be talking about circular economic solution to composite cladding panel waste within the construction industry. Summary of the presentation will highlight how the construction industry can contribute negatively to environmental issues, identify rigid insulation within composite cladding panels being sent to landfill, highlight the need for circular economic solutions, KR Cladding's journey on repurposing this waste and the benefits this project will achieve. So, sorry. Right, I can't see the top of the slide because of this text box up here. Go back. Okay, so sustainability in construction, why it's important. Creating sustainable solutions with the construction industry is critical due to its impact on the environment. The life cycle of construction projects accounts for approximately 47% of the UK's total CO2 emissions. 59% of waste generated in the UK comes from construction, demolition and excavation industry. So as an industry, construction is bad for the environment. KR Cladding were formed in 2017 and is part of the KR Group, and they offer innovative cladding solutions from initial concept to installation on site. They follow the ethos of a lean construction to maximise value and minimise waste. They identified a gap in the market when they found themselves with large quantities of composite cladding panels from a building they were deconstructing and could not identify any recycling or reuse options for the waste. Additional information can be found on our website at krgrp.co.uk. And we are also based in the northeast of Scotland in Newburgh. So what is a composite cladding panel? Composite cladding panels are fixed to steel frame buildings, completing the building envelope. They comprise of a smooth or profiled external skin, a PIR, which is a polyisocyanoate rigid insulation board within, and are finished with an internal steel liner skin. The PIR insulation boards are made by mixing chemicals with a blowing agent, forming bubbles to create the thermoset plastic foam. This creates a closed cell board as the air bubbles are independent and not linked together. This helps control moisture and condensation. The lifespan of PIR board is extensive due to its rigidity, durability and excellent compressive strength, whilst also being effective at low and high temperatures. PIR board requires approximately half the thickness of traditional forms of insulation to meet the same level of thermal performance, making it the most efficient insulation material used in construction. And it will not rot, sag, decay, and will therefore continue to deliver designed insulation values. With no sustainable waste management option for the cladding panel waste, it was clear that a solution was needed given the fantastic properties of the PIR board. In 2019, KR Cladding began pursuing R&D on the repurposing of PIR board, exploring potential uses for the waste material. Ricardo, a global strategic engineering and environmental consultancy, were appointed in May 2019 to carry out independent research to explore recycling options and potential reuse initiatives. So the findings were that the report confirmed that no recycling options were currently available for the waste, and it proposed various reuse options which could be explored further. A second report by Ricardo, published in 2019, focused on circular economic solutions to the PIR waste. This report also contained a carbon assessment which demonstrated that a standard composite panel has an embodied carbon factor of 38.2 kilograms of CO2 equivalent per square metre from its manufacturing stage. This was an important figure for calculating the estimated CO2 savings for this reuse project. So by May 2021, KR Cladding employed a project development manager full-time for 6 months to drive the project forward. During this time, the reuse options from the R&D were explored further. The proposals ranged from utilising the PIR as packaging, to shredding it to create poly beads, to use in the footwear industry. These options were not pursued due to lack of expertise in the area and time constraints, so we opted for a circular economics repurposing route for use within construction. However, we always bear in mind that we'd be open to partnering with any stakeholder to explore other options if they present. KR Cladding focused on primarily repurposing the product as a rigid insulation board for use in construction projects between floor, wall and roof joists, with the steel skins reused as single skin sheets. Its secondary route for the smaller offcuts of PIR board is for reuse as insulation to retrofitting fishing boat refrigeration areas, which you can just see in the bottom left-hand corner. So the thermal properties, so to determine the product viability as an insulation board, testing on the panels was required. Waste sample panels of various ages and thickness were sent to BRS UK, Building Regulation Services UK, Glasgow, to determine the K value of the product, and below are the K value test results of the PIR boards. The testing demonstrated that the K value achieved of 0.032 watts per meter Kelvin only differed by 0.009 watts per meter Kelvin from the old to the new PIR board. So for comparison, a Kingspan TF70 rigid PIR board has a K value of 0.022. The lower the figure, the better the resistance for heat to flow through. So this confirmed the material maintained its thermal properties over time with only minor depletion to its performance. This established reuse as rigid insulation board in construction projects as a viable, environmental and sustainable solution. Engagement with construction firms handling composite cladding panel waste was imperative to the project's success. A survey carried out by KR Cladding revealed that 2/3 of PIR panel waste is sent direct to landfill. In addition, the survey demonstrated that companies would be happy to access a repurposing facility to dispose of this waste to be reused. If you have any suggestions on how to promote awareness and increase the uptake of companies giving us their panel waste, please let us know. Further industry engagement with architects, they were approached to determine interest in the repurposed PIR boards. Initial feedback was encouraging, with respondents expressing interest in specifying the product once a data sheet had been created. It was highlighted that this product would meet demand for use in eco-houses too, fitting with the ethos to minimise their effect on the environment. They appreciated the need for a circular economic solution to this waste. With insulation shortages, and I did this presentation about a year ago. With insulation shortages and prices rising exponentially over the last 2 years, the repurposed PIR is a cost-effective and eco-friendly insulation solution. Branding of the sustainable division of KR Cladding. So KR Cladding created the sustainable brand KR Bon, so like carbon, KRBon, the repurposed PIR product and concept awareness of the sustainability side of the business. The logo and name represents the carbon reductions that will be achieved through the implementation of a circular approach. We hope to become well known in the industry as a one-stop waste solution for all cladding panel waste. Construction of a purpose-built unit at the headquarters in Aberdeenshire has actually completed now to process and store the waste. An e-commerce site has been created to facilitate online ordering, collection and delivery of the waste, and to process sales of the PIR product for our clients. In addition, the KR Group as a whole has achieved carbon neutral status through the past 2060 accreditation for 2021 and 2022 as well now, demonstrating our commitment to carbon reduction. And here we've got our KRBon tree, which highlights the benefits of our project. So it's an innovative circular economic solution to cladding waste. Our CO2 reduction emissions, we hope to achieve 7,736 tonnes of CO2 reduction over the first 5 years of the project. We hope to repurpose over 200,000 meters squared of PIR panels, divert to almost 2,500 tonnes of cladding panel waste from landfill, and offset CO2 emissions to equal planting of 7,736 trees. Here's an extract of the data sheet, which was created based on similar product data sheets. So All the information that anyone would require is contained within, so the insulation depth, lambda K value, R value, weight of the panel, etc. The repurposed board is being created following research and discussions with building regulations that demonstrate the product's performance, specification, building standard compliance, applications for use, storage, manual handling, installation, etc. An example of a leading rigid insulation board's K values and R values have been included to provide context on the repurposed PIR performance. So you can see here, this is the repurposed panel at the top, and then the last two lines are a Kingspan TF70 rigid PIR board, just for comparison. You've got your K value here and the repurposed one here. Full copy of the datasheet can be found on our website, www.krbond.co.uk. So the pricing point was critical as well. It had to be priced competitively. The table here shows the price per metre squared for the repurposed PIR board compared with similar leading products. So you can see that we're between around 25 to 69% or 71% cheaper than current leading brands. This is a clear example of how consumers can achieve large savings when purchasing a repurposed PIR board. The carbon reduction project achievements. We have various samples of PIR boards successfully tested to demonstrate thermal qualities. Carbon brand has been created. Data sheets for the PIR board written, e-commerce site designed and operational, industry approval from architects, and Care Group's Newburgh site are SEPA approved to store and treat waste panels, and the repurposed PIR boards will not be considered waste. Summary, so by thinking circular economically, material can be diverted from landfill, CO2 emissions will be reduced, extraction of raw materials lessened, savings will be achieved for consumers, sets KR cladding apart as a centre of excellence for cladding, ensures our staff training, promotes a circular ethos, and offers clients consult on dynamic design to responsible disposal and end of life consideration for the product. And here is just some comments from architects and professionals that have been involved with on the project. And that is the end of my presentation.